This documentary is meant to depict whiteness in American film. 2 clips from 2 different movies will be shown to a few randomly selected people throughout Bowling Green's Union, and their reactions will be recorded. These people will be interviewed and asked questions relating to and regarding the clips. The clips come from the movies Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior from 2006 and Scary Movie from 2000. The message being sent from this documentary is that minorities are negatively depicted in American film. This message may not be as obvious to those who do not look for stereotypical depictions in film, so that is why we are interviewing random people. We want to see if random people see the obvious depictions of minorities and white people in American film. If they are unable to see the difference in the way American film projects the stereotypes, we are still bringing the problem to the attention of those outside the classroom.
This song is Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. Opens Friday, June 16th at 8, 7 Central on Disney Channel.
You don't want to mess with me.
Want some popcorn?
I brought me a little snack of my own. You want some chicken?
Nah.
For all y'all talkers up in here, it's time to keep it down right now. Shh. Shh, back at you. Shh. Why they acting already? It ain't nothing but the previews. Don't go in there! Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scurry shit. Oh, I am scared. Oh.
Excuse me?
I think I paid my money like everybody else up in here. That ain't no man. You can see her real hair right there.
Mind.
I know you better get out of my face. Out of my face. Out of my face. This is all me up in here. You handle that.
Will you shut the fuck up?
This movie is good. Hey, baby. You came back just in time. She's about to get it on with Shakespeare. He found out she's a girl.
Up.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on camera. You on candid camera now. You ain't know that. Hello? Hey, girl. I'm in the movie. Shakespeare in Love. Oh, you lying.
For Christ's sake, will you just shut your trap?
Shut up!
I noticed that in the first clip, it really highlighted a lot of the stereotypes of African Americans and put them on a larger scale and blew it completely out of proportion. And as far as the second one, it showed somewhat of an assimilationist type of view, a typical high school girl torn between what other people want her to be or what her stereotype is.
Well, in the first clip from Scary Movie, obviously that sort of movie is going to be over the top. It's a parody film to begin with. Of course, one does have to recognize that the stereotype of the loud, obnoxious black woman can be harmful. Yes, it is played for humor, and one does have to take the film genre into account. Nevertheless, it still implies that every black woman is loud and obnoxious. And I do remember distinctly in that one clip where a man in stereotypical professor attire tells her to be quiet after she uses a bit of African-American vernacular English. From Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. Yes, the main character, Wendy, is portrayed as someone who's trying to assimilate more into white society. However, one would have to say that, having personally seen the movie myself, she's also trying to come to terms with her Asian heritage and the supernatural abilities lent to it in the film. Yes, that does also leads to the stereotype of Asian superpowers and how.
That in the first one, Scary Movie, that you find Brenda, the black woman, maybe following what you would find stereotypical about African American people, just what people normally would think about that, you know, breaking rules into the movie theater, or maybe just in general breaking rules, not really paying attention to what other people say, but also maybe like if you just noticed the food she was eating, she brought in her own food, and I believe it would look like chicken, and it's stereotypical just to get people to laugh, but yeah. Also in Wendy Wu too, you do notice that obviously the whole martial art things go with Asians, and yeah, so it fits that role.
The main focus of the first clip would definitely be African Americans being portrayed as rude and obnoxious. The second one, I believe it sort of ostracizes Asians, that they are so much different from typical Americans that they have to hide who they are in order to fit in with other people.
The main focus in the Scary Movie one was parody. Parody is normally over the top, obnoxious. So they're going to have a stereotypical characters over the top and obnoxious to begin with. A commonly killed character in many horror films is the jokester black person. And of course, the black woman is obnoxious, loud, and irritating, which would be the perfect encouraged target in the film, because it just gets the character to shut up. In Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior, the intention was to have some sort of plausible connection to these amazing martial arts abilities by having an Asian character who really doesn't want those amazing martial arts abilities.
The depiction of the first character kind of made me feel defensive, because I don't view myself as like that as an African American woman. The second clip, it actually made me feel sympathy for the character, that she felt like she had to live a double life.
I think it's funny. I mean, in each one, well, more so in like Scary Movie, because you don't take that to heart. You just know that's the stereotypical version of somebody. It doesn't mean that's how that person is. You just can't. You got to see it as funny, I mean, because that is what the kind of movie it is, anyways. And then in Wendy Wu, I guess I'm kind of indifferent about it. I think obviously when you do think martial arts, that would be your first kind of person you probably imagine. But I mean, it doesn't make me like feel like mad that they do that or anything.
There's a definite difference between the characters shown in the clips. The main characters of the clips are completely contrasted from those around them, as well as within their environments, so that you can tell that they don't fit.
Yes. In the first clip, the stereotype of the obnoxious black woman is carried out to a T. She disrupts people in the theater. She's incredibly loud. She violates conventions like not bringing a camera to the theater. And in short, yes, she fills the stereotype exactly. In the second film, the Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, you're right. She is a white assimilationist in a manner. And she doesn't want to accept the superpowered Asian heritage. However, the way it chases her in the film, from what I've seen it, it's a way of saying that our heritage will follow us everywhere and we can't escape it. How we handle it is a different manner.
The difference would be that in Scary Movie, it's the stereotypical black woman, maybe being loud, obnoxious, and doing her own thing, I guess. And then in Wendy Wu, it's the stereotypical Asian that fights and knows martial arts. That would be the difference, I guess.
In Wendy Wu, they have to have an easy archetype to begin with to get people in the I'm your average high school girl who's going to become some sort of kick-behind warrior. What culture is known for its kick-behind warrior aspects? Various Asian cultures, and they just happen to pick one, since in white views, nearly all Asian cultures are the same. So they did fulfill their required goals when it came to filming.
I think they're depicted that way because of popular media and how they're usually portrayed in films, or how society views them. Therefore, no one really has a problem with certain groups of people being depicted in these ways.
This documentary has one major goal to achieve. We want to show that Hollywood focuses in on minority stereotypes but highlights the purity and goodness of the Caucasians. We show these clips because we think that the clips accurately display minority stereotypes and suggest a hierarchy where the white characters basically reign over the minorities. Whiteness is more accepted in film because it is considered normal. Anything that differs from the norm has a different light shown on them, which is usually a negative stereotype. American film, regardless of the time period, gives a clear image on which race Hollywood prefers. This poses a problem because many people watch Hollywood films and they learn about other cultures through film. It is embedded in people's minds that the white folk are always superior. When they view stereotypes in films, they hold that image in their minds, and the thought of superiority is strictly honed in on the white community.